this is a video from another content creator called NOODY. If you don't follow NOODY on his channel, you should. He's a great content creator, especially for World vs. World and PvP. Any type of player versus player environment, NOODY is your guy. He's really good. This is the video, the link to the video. And you also have the link to NOODY's Twitch. And this is something that there was, like, I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday, something like that. I just woke up and I saw this and I reached out to NOODY and I said I want to be part of it. And yeah, I'll just show the video to you guys. So let's watch this.
All right, so this is something, before I announce what it is, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. This was something I wanted to do before I even quit the game. And there might be, I shared it with a very few people. And it just never came to fruition. I definitely think it's time to do this. It's something the game needs. And, this is why I'm ready to do it. I think this will add some excitement for myself as well. It's something that I plan on doing almost weekly, maybe every 2 weeks. We'll decide on that very soon. But here we go. So, introducing the next Guild Wars 2 competition. Very exciting stuff here, guys. I don't know if this is a name I'm going to settle on, but I'm calling it right now the Miss Fighting Championship.
So, as I was saying, I don't really intend to stop this video very often, but I really feel keen to NOODY here. Me and Shortwing, we have been talking about for months now about a 1v1 tournament and a way to implement it. And NOODY had quit the game back on those days, and since he returned, I was hoping for something like that. I was praying for something like this, and my prayers were answered. And this is something that I'm really excited about. Hear this out, guys. This is something to be fucking excited. This is hyped. Let's go.
So think of it this way, right? UFC meets Guild Wars 2. So 1 vs 1 streamed weekly, but it's not just any boring old 1v1 competition. So this is going to be broken up into divisions. So instead of in the UFC and stuff like that, it'll be weight classes, right? Or boxing. It's going to be different classes. The divisions are going to be broken up by class. For example, elementalists in one class, thieves in one class, and then so pretty much what's going to happen is in each division, there's going to be a bunch of matchups made, or, people can make their own matchups and stuff like that. And the 1v1s are going to happen, and we're going to have a leaderboard for each division. So there's going to be a ranking system for each division, and, that's going to be the contenders to become the champion of each division. And then after the first 2 weeks, each division will have its rankings, and the top 2 contenders will fight for champ status.
As you could tell, this is one of the most brilliant ideas I think the tournament could have for now. I've done a lot of 1v1s. That's how pretty much I learned how to play Guild Wars 2. It was doing 1v1s. And there was something that I always felt like most of the community doesn't really get it if they don't go and look for it. And that's inside the duels. Fights can be exciting as hell. It can be pretty intense. Some fights can be boring, but they only be boring if they're boring fighters. And we're looking to find out who are the best fighters in Guild Wars 2, and that will make this contest really exciting every single time that you go and watch it, which is really good. It will put some competition inside of the players and the fighters' heads. It will incentivize more players to do more competitive stuff, such as World vs. World, PvP, even World vs. World roaming, which is quite different nowadays from what it was once, but right now with something like this, we can grow up that scene again, and we can see an increase on player base for those respective game modes. And I think that this is one of the best initiatives that we've seen this year for Guild Wars 2. I'm really excited, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So yeah, this is gonna be big, guys.
Let's go. Contenders below them will have to work their way up after that to reach, number 1 contender spot and challenge the champions. So with the prizing and stuff like that, it is going to be funded by us, of course, and players are welcome to create their own wages. So let's say you have someone who, you've got a rivalry with, and you want to 1v1 them on the big stage, and you guys want to put up big prizes.
Oh, right, that's going to be big.
our like the MFC, if that's what we're gonna call it, I don't know. We will be the middleman, and you guys can fight on the big stage. So this is a place to settle some big beefs and stuff like that as well. So the match.
You can clearly see on his face that he's as excited as I am, at least, because this is gonna be a hell of a, oh man, I can imagine the insane fights that we like right now. The staff of MFC is already taking care of the NA card and setting up the NA fights. Oh man, we have so good fights already. The NA card is stacked. I can't wait for you guys to see it all. It's gonna be awesome. But at this moment, there's so much stuff that I'm fucking excited, and this is like top of the list right there.
Matchups will be made weekly. Players will need to come to rule agreements. So, example, if it's going to be in World vs. World, it'll be in World vs. Like, if the two people agree, it's going to be in Armistice Bastion, we'll do it there. If it's going to be in PvP, we'll do it there. If there's, like, the rule agreements can be stuff like no selly, what trait lines to play, so we can actually make these matches exciting. So we want these to end. If they don't end, then it's going to have to come, like, we'll have a timer. I still haven't decided the fine details, how long the timer will be and stuff. But if it's a stalemate, it'll be like rounds in any, combat sport, for example, like boxing or MMA. And the judges will decide who was the aggressor, who made the better decision making, that sort of thing. And we'll judge it based on rounds. But the matches will be consisting of, like, let's say 3 to 5 rounds. Maybe the championship will be 5 rounds. Just regular matches might be 3 rounds.
Yeah, this is pretty much defined already on NOODY's Discord. If you go to NOODY's Discord to register up, you will get the channels for the rules, and everything is there. We're gonna have 3 rounds for normal matchups, 5 rounds for championship rounds, for championship fights or main event fights, because we're gonna have main events and co-main events. Pretty much the details are all in the rules, but we're gonna have 3 rounds. Each round consists of 3 minutes. So that gives a fight around 9 minutes. If the fight doesn't finish in 9 minutes, if one of the players doesn't go down, we will recourse to judges, and the judges will score the contest, and we will have a winner nonetheless.
Okay, so if a decision can't be made on rules, if there can't be an agreement where one person says, no, I want to play Selly, or one person says, no, I want to play Shadow Arts, and, the other disagrees, then there will be a third party involved, and we will make the decision depending on what's more entertaining and what the viewers would like to watch more.
Yeah, sorry about interrupting again, but yeah, we already have also the rules. You need to warn us 24 hours before the actual fight, so that we can share the builds to the other fighter. You're gonna have a set, the build set 24 hours before, but you can change your build between rounds. Between each round, there'll be 2 minutes where you can make changes and adapt, but those changes will have to be reported to the staff or the judges, so that we are aware of what you're running. We don't want to make boring fights. We don't want to show off boring fights. We want to have exciting and fights that have a lot of pressure and a lot of choice making and decision on them. So right now we have a bursty meta, so I think that's gonna be easier to maintain right now. 3 minutes is a long time for you to finish your opponent. At the same time, if you don't finish, we also have those plan Bs in position with the judges to score the contest and give us the win, which I think it's really fair and it's gonna be exciting. But if you have feedback, please let us know.
Okay, so what I want to eventually do, because obviously, mirror matchups and, class versus class will show us who's the best of each class. Maybe, let's say, once a month, I don't know, I haven't decided on this exactly, we can do cross-division fights. So this will almost be like the monthly, where we can see, I don't know, the champion of fucking Thief versus the champion of Warrior or something like that. Vice versa. We can have some big matchups. I want to sort of make this, I want to make a lot of hype around this. I want the individuals from, who are participating, I want them to actually build up their own name, build up their own stream, get a lot of eyes on this. I want to make sure the broadcasting is very good. I've worked out ways to make this very good for the viewers, where we can move between different POVs, move between third person, first person, even in World vs. World duels. So what we're going to do for that is The World vs. World based 1v1s require both parties to stream their gameplay via Discord. So they're going to be in a Discord channel together, and we can move between the different views. And, that way, because if we're watching a World vs. World duel, we won't be able to see the gameplay otherwise. So both people will be in the Discord channel streaming their views, so we can go back and forth between the third person, first person. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to make this really good. Trust me, this is going to be fucking awesome.
I love that he's smiling as much as I am right now. It's just good.
Matchup rules are being followed as well. So,
it shows excitement.
Certain gear or something like that in the rules, which, like we said, each duel will have different rules. Then that's being followed. Okay, so are we allowed to scream? I don't know if I'm going to have the mics unmuted. Maybe we'll have the mics unmuted, but and that'll add a little more excitement if the viewers can actually hear what's going on.
Yeah, that's actually confirmed. We will have mild trash talking. Mild, come on guys, be reasonable here. I'm a trash talker myself, especially with shopping. If you know me, you know me. Man, I love to trash talk. I really like to get inside people's heads and just but I do it for the sport. I do it for the fun. And I think this is gonna be really, really entertaining to see as well. This may sound silly at first, but hear me out. We might even get some personality fighters. As well as you have, I don't know, Paddy Pimblett in the UFC, which is an iconic fighter for his personality. You can have that in the MFC as well, which I'm quite excited to see what we're coming up with. Because you can choose your own outfit, you can choose your own character's design, you can go crazy on these fights aesthetics-wise, which is kind of great.
And, hear a bit of the trash talk and stuff like that. Anyway, to enter the competition, I'm going to do a one-time registration fee. One time, guys, 100 Mystic Coins, that roughly is about 100 gold for each person who's entering the league, the fighting championship. After that one time, you're in the competition. You don't have to pay anything else, but that's sort of to fund the initial prize pools, and then I can get some, community donations. I can pitch in some myself. I can talk to people like Guild MM, but I want to be on the casting table. I've spoken to Key.
Right now, this is completely free to enter. You are just... the only thing that you need is to get into NOODY's Discord and register there. That's the only thing that you require as of now to enter this contest.
About this in the past, and he was somewhat interested as well in being like my co-caster. But think of this, guys. We're gonna make the 1v1s that people want to see. If you know two people who've got rivalries, tell them, take it to NOODY, let NOODY cast the 1v1, let it be on MFC, and people can actually win prizes out of actually, doing these duels, rather it being salty 1v1s and then, no one wins after it. We can be the third person, the middleman to make this huge. And yeah, we've got a lot of stuff set up already for this. I've got instant replays set up so we can see big plays. I can instant replay them. It's exciting.
It's gonna be
guys.
big.
It's
gonna be very, very big.
We're gonna have we're gonna have rankings each week. The rankings are gonna be updated each class. Let's say Grimjack decides to join in. He makes it to champion status as Ali. We're gonna know who's the best at each class. I'm telling you right now. We're gonna put up the best players against the best players, and either each week or each fortnight, however frequently we decide to do this, it's going to be sick, man. It's going to be sick. Exon, I want to see you there, baby. I want to see you there. Caspi, I want to see you there. I want to see the best people there. Maybe I'll go in there. I'll do a show match myself against, there's a whole list of people. There's a whole list of people who want to get it from me. Maybe I'll go in there and I'll do a few matches myself. But we're going to make this professional, guys.
This is going to be good.
This shit. Eventually, for the really big fights, maybe for the, for the really big fights, we'll do like player interviews. We'll do the fucking, the pre-fight interviews. We'll do the intros.
The full press, yeah.
Everything's gonna be sick. Everything is gonna be sick. Obviously, we want to reward our champions huge. So, like anyone who makes it to #1 in their division, I want to get massive prizes in there. You know what I mean? And we're gonna keep stats as well. Stats are gonna be kept. Things like wins versus loss records. All that sort of stuff. I'm gonna make sure we're putting this shit into a database, keeping track of everything, and making this exciting. I want people to become familiar with these individuals who are actually in the competition. I want to make some in-game celebrities out of this shit, and we're gonna do promos, all that sort of stuff. You planning on?
Actually, that's something that is pretty fucking important for building those personalities that we were discussing just a few moments ago. Stats are pretty important because sometimes you build up fans because of your stats. You might not be the best Ellie in your division, but you're probably the Ellie with the biggest average damage per fight. Which, if you are one of the best in stats, that will give you a little bit of accomplishment as well. And it's really good because we're gonna keep average damage, average healing. We're gonna keep KOs as well, which is really funny. So if you finish a fight before the timer goes out, we're gonna keep track of those. We're gonna keep track of special classes. So I'll give you some examples. In Ellis, in Elementalist, we're gonna keep track of how many times do you swap elements. If you are with a Spellbreaker, we're gonna see how many times you nailed your full counter, how many times do you hit your full counter per fight on an average, and that will actually give you some insights on not just your opponent, but as on yourself as well, so that you can improve and try to improve those stats. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. I know some of you guys are not really into this sort of thing, but this is my beach, man. I love this. This is gonna be so good. I'm so hyped.
All on NA. That's actually a good question. I thought about this earlier, Exen. Probably not. No. I wanna make this. I wanna make this so everyone can get involved. I wanna try keep as little barriers away as possible. The thing we're gonna have to keep in mind though is, I think if we're going to do cross-region, players are going to have to compromise to sometimes play on the other region. Because if there's a person in the Thief division, for example, who's Thief champion, and they're on EU, and then the number one contender's NA, we're going to have to do something like, you know, two matches on each region, 2 rounds on each region, and then the decider can be on, like, you know, if it goes to 2-2, the decider can be the coin flip, or I don't know, we'll use some metric to judge that. It's going to be some fun. It's going to be some fun. People can say, you know, every week on this day, they're going to be watching
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Fighting championship, or the Mist dueling championship. I don't know what I'm going to call it. I find the Mist's a bit tacky, but I mean, it is what it is. But I'm going to make sure I get a good co-caster, or, you know, a few different co-casters, get them alongside me, and we'll make this
Oh, it will be big. I assure you, this will be big.
Just like with MRGA, this is very, very dependent on the community.
Yeah,
will sponsor you. I don't know. I've not spoken to ANET about it. I would love for that to happen. Who knows?
Oh, that would be really big, actually, to have something
sure,
from Arena.
If you're a good player, you're there. Like just uphold the integrity, keep the community alive. Doesn't matter. If you're a good player capable of doing good fights, you've got nothing to lose by being there.
Oh,
really
it's
got things to gain. You're going to be getting
just to give you a heads up here, you're just gonna win. If you do participate, you are already winning. We are paying for the fights. We are paying the fighters for the fights. So you are getting paid just for participating, which is huge. Every time we call up a fighter for the fight, that's a payment. Also, we intend to have, I don't know if this is 100% confirmed or not, but we do intend to have a fight of the night. We do intend to have that. So the best fight of that card will get a reward at the end of it for both fighters. Really exciting rewards, and I really want to emphasize this. You are not losing anything by participating in this. I know you may be putting some time investment on it and some commitment to it, because you're gonna have to show up at time to the fight. But besides that, you're gonna have a pretty gold per hour, let's say it like that. Like, if a fight takes the whole 9 minutes, let me assure you, you're gonna have a pretty juicy fucking gold per hour ratio there.
You're going to be getting rewarded for doing duels. Multi-class stonks are up. Yeah, dude, and think about this, right? Think about this for anyone who watches, like, you know, fucking UFC and stuff as well. Think about this, like, imagine when we get our first double champ, someone who's the champion of 2 different divisions. I'm going to allow that as well. You can multi-class. So imagine someone becoming a champion in more than 1 division. Like, that's bragging rights right there, right? If you can imagine saying you beat the best in multiple different divisions. You've beaten the best. thief, you've beaten the best Ellie, you've beaten the best warrior, and you're on top of that fucking pedestal. Like you're on top of the rankings.
Oh, it's pretty big.
Maybe I'll set up a website, or I'll set up a Discord with like live rankings as well. We'll have like a point system and stuff like that, and you know, we'll have a pound for pound list. Who the most dominant is across all different divisions. It's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be hype.
Fun.
Yeah.
But guys, spread the message. Spread the message to everyone. Everyone you know. Let's spread this message far and wide. I'm obviously gonna be posting the highlight of this onto YouTube, so you know we can really build the base of this thing. So if you're willing to play, let me know. If you're willing to help be on the staff side of things, that's great as well. Just let me know. Get in contact with me, guys. That's that. True ego measuring competition.
True dick measuring. Yep, it's true. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be true dick measuring. Especially that last part where he says that there's a possibility to be a double champ or triple champ. There's already folks that register for every single division. So there's fighters that are registered for every single class, and they'll be fighting for those titles. Now imagine that one of those fighters wins every single division. He's the best player in the game without a fucking question. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. And that's big. That's big dick bragging rights. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about this, and I can't wait to see the first card. We've been hard at work on it, and oh man, you guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be really good. But yeah, that's actually the announcement that I had for today. Remember to go to NOODY's YouTube video, give it a like. Subscribe to NOODY. I've already subscribed a long time ago. I've been a NOODY fan for a long time now. He does great content. And he just uploaded one 16 hours ago, which is really good, and you should check that out as well.